Right, welcome to another video. This will be a quick one, and it's just to look at removing duplicates. Okay, removing duplicates. Distinct. Okay, so this is what we have, and we checked this briefly in the last video, but I'll take it out completely. Let's bring in all our guys, all our weapons. Okay, let's deploy the arsenal. Let's push this there. Okay, so we want to see all about customer first, and yes, this is what we see. Now, what are the questions we can likely have from this data? Right, what are the questions we can likely have? For example, how many consumer segments do we have? I mean, let us see the consumer segments that we have, just the consumer segments only. Or let's see the cities. Let's see the total cities. Of course, you can see that these cities are duplicated. See Los Angeles again, see Los Angeles again, and of course Chicago. Everything is duplicated. We want to see. We can't really tell. We keep getting back 793. 793. Same with the states. Same with the what? With the region as well. We can't really tell the total number of regions. If I probably ask you how many regions do we have, you can say things like 4 or 5 based on what we've seen. If you say 5, you can say north, central, south, east, west. But you'll be wrong. We probably do not even have north in the amongst the list of the regions. The same thing for states. You might not be able to tell the actual number of states that we have. So what can we do? So let's start with the region first. So we'll say select region from customer. Leave a line. Just push that down. Okay, execute this. I'll bring this up. You can see we're still having 793 and the regions are repeated, but we just want to see the regions without repeat. So how do we do that? We just had the keyword distinct. So we say select distinct region from customers, and if we run that, pay attention, we have 793 at the moment. When we execute this, we have just 4. And what are the 4 regions? South, west, east, and central. Very nice. South, west, east, and central. Okay, so what about the states? Let's check. We'll do the same thing for the states. And we'll also do the same thing for the city, and then the segment as well. So of course we'll run it without first the distinct, and then with the distinct. So let's see state without the distinct. So okay, that's region. Okay, this is it. So state without this distinct, we always keep getting this number back, and you can see duplicated. But once we add the distinct, okay, that's how you know the spelling is wrong. It's not highlighting in the way it highlights keyword. Okay, now the color has changed. Now we can see we have 41 states. This, and you can see none is repeated. None. Okay, now it makes sense. So we can do the same thing for city, just to know the total number of cities altogether. And you can see 5 or 252 cities. And the last one is segments. We have just 3 segments, and that's just the consumer, the corporate, and the home office. Yeah, you probably noticed this and like, oh, that is capital C, but from our results, it is small c. Well, you're right. And if we go back to the original scripts where we loaded the data, let's see. Okay, yeah, it's still there. You can see that they are typed this way, and even though they are typed this way, as long as we did not put them in quotes, as long as I didn't do this, they will automatically be turned to a lowercase. So how I type them will not matter anymore because they are column names. Column names. Take note of that. Do not lose focus of that. Do not miss that because they are column names. If they are records, for example, I can't do that with these records because automatically they have a quote even though I'm not seeing it. Okay. So city this way will work. In fact, city this way will still work because eventually by running the query it converts this to all lowercase automatically the way I have it there. You can see nothing changed. So that is that about distance. Now, do not forget that we also saw some nice thing about distance. Is this all about distance? Not necessarily. Let's bring them together. What if we want to check the number of ship modes we have? So let me just bring them together since we have executed them. All right. So let's go to products. What can we check in products? Run. Okay, question can be how many products categories do we have? Or how many subcategories? How do we check? Okay, again, just start doing our distance. This is when you just copy and paste, But if you're starting out, it's advisable you type it again so that the query sticks. So that it sticks. But the number of times you type again does not determine how fast it sticks. How fast it sticks is determined by how you write the query. And if you know, and if you've been following the series of videos from this channel, you know that we emphasize on mindfulness, activeness, being a part of what you're doing. As you're writing it, your brain is processing what you're supposed to get. Okay, so let's say category. So if I do a selector from category now, okay, so everything is just duplicated. I can't really tell the number of categories I have, so I'll just add the keyword distinct, like that. Oops, nope. If I execute it again, now you see we just have 3 categories, right? So let's go back to see how. What about subcategories? Let's check. I'll copy this again and paste here. Take this back and I'll just add sub underscore. So let's see how many subcategories. 17 subcategories. And you can see tables, art, storage, bookcases, fasteners, envelope, appliances, accessories, papers, phones, etc. So that is what we have in the subcategory. So you can check for the product name, the unique product name we have. Currently our total is 1,862. So if we say distinct, do you think the number will change? Think about that question for a minute. This is the product table. Do you think the number will change? Product's name, execute it, and yes, it did change. And the question is, why did it change? What did we have before? Let's check again. 1862. But when we did a select distinct, we now have 1817. What does that mean? What does that tell you? Leave that as a comment in the comment section. It is an exercise. It's not something to just. It's not a casual or a passive exercise. It's something you should actually think about. Because as a data analyst, you work with numbers. You should be able to tell why numbers change. Okay, we just saw 1862, and this is the product table. Product table are meant to hold the list of all the products we have. But when we ran or executed distinct, the number changed. Why? Leave your answer in the comment section below. I want to hear from you. Okay, so before we close on this is not this is going to be a very short video, or it is a short video already. Let's take a look back at the last thing we did on our gadget store exercise. Okay, the TFA gadgets. Let's open a query to the database is active. Let's open. I think the query was saved. All right. Okay, so this is the query we did. Probably this will be broken in chunks as well, the particular video on this, so that you're not overwhelmed, because it was a long, a bit overwhelming video, especially if you're starting out, and for the fact that some of these queries written here, like parts like this, it's the first time you're encountering them. Create sequence, increment by one, and you're like, oh, slow down, man, slow down. So yeah, that will be done. So it will be a sub playlist in the entire SQL playlist as well. But that's not the point here. The point here is we have a table. Basically, I have a raw sales table. Let's check it again. Just 25 records, and of course we have this guy repeated with his details, this guy repeated, you see, with his details, his details. But when we're trying to extract it, we created a customer table first, right? So let's see, customer table. Oh, we don't have any create, select all from customer. Let's just type that there. Select all from customer. If you don't know where or what this particular query we're looking at, I will leave okay, customers. Okay, I will leave a link below in the description below to the exercise itself and to the solution of the video. So you should find the exercise video at the top now, just right now, and then a few seconds later you should find the solution to the video. It might be the link to the full video or the one to the playlist, and it's the one that's been broken into chunks. Just the way to check it out for yourself. You will learn a lot from it. Okay, so let's run this, execute this. Now this is our customer table. Okay, we already have the data in there. So do not forget that majorly from the raw sales we have these people duplicated, the details duplicated, Simusa Ibrahim as well, Simusa Ibrahim. But when we wanted to extract, we created a table in advance first. Then we decided to extract the name, the phone, and the email, because that's what is duplicated, right? So how did we do it? We used the distinct to remove those duplicates, and we're able to load it. And if you now look at the customer records that we have now, the clean version, you can see that the records are now clean, no longer duplicated, right? So that's how powerful distinct can be. So it's beyond just this and this that you see us that were shown in this particular video. So the endless the usage, it depends on how or what you're working on, and how far and how good you've developed your analytical thinking. Because I keep saying knowing how to write the queries is not enough. Oh, you know how to select from a table, but the thing is, if you have a question to answer, can you put everything you've learned together and apply it to get answers? If you have a business problem, can you solve it with the knowledge you have? So that is where the core skill is, and that's why most times we play scenarios, paint pictures to you. I ask you questions like this, I give you things to think about, not just because I want to do that, or not just because I just want to waste your time, or not just because I want you to stay long, or I just want to make long videos. No, that is what makes you the data professional that you want to be, or that you are, or that you want to advance in and get better at, or get better at doing what you're doing. So if you don't take questions seriously, I'm not really sure where you're heading to, because you have to be a curious person in the first place, and you have to also pay attention to questions and know how to make questions, how to make answers, or how to get answers to questions. Okay, so keep that in mind, very important. Okay, so yes, let's go back to what we're working on. Okay, we're back here already. I think we already left here. So back to this place. Let's look at the sales table. The ones I'll be giving you here will just be what you should do. So for example, what are the ship mode we have? How many ship modes? When you find out, do want to leave a comment about it in the comment section below. How many ship modes we have? You list them out. What else? Yeah. What are the distinct quantities that we have? Right. Just list them out. If they are not more than 20, yeah, if they're up to 20, that's fine, but as long as it's more than 20, just list out the first 20 that you find. Okay, yeah, so that's another challenge for you to give a try. So, and that is how to remove duplicates from your data. So that's how to remove duplicates from your data. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll now look at more advanced or intermediate. I don't know, that's not the right word, but look at a better version or a more simpler version here. It keeps getting simpler and simpler as we go, right? So we'll see how we can combine more than one conditions, or how we can filter by more than one column, or how we can filter within a number range and all of that. So for that and more, I'll see you in the next video.